So I recently got an ad for this. If you're wondering, oh, what are you recovering from? Are you sick? Did you hit your head? You've got this product all wrong, because this is not about sickness, but health and beauty. This is the ultimate face. If you still don't get what it is or what it does or why anyone would ever buy it, there is a whole world you've been missing out on. Let's wait for him to get comfortable. Okay, he's good. So let me take you on a journey through our quest for the ultimate face and the somewhat terrifying devices we've created to help us get there. Because apparently we will do literally anything to not look old. It's actually wild how far we'll go to stop aging, but luckily protecting your online activity is a lot less tedious thanks to today's sponsor, Surfshark. We do everything online, and these days a VPN is a must-have tool. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It routes your internet traffic through a remote server. Basically, it's like a middleman between you and the internet, hiding your IP and keeping you more private while you're browsing online. I can't lie, I don't really know how the magic works, but I do know how to take advantage of it. For me, the main thing I love using Surfshark VPN for is finding new footage for my videos. It's actually crazy how much content is region locked. And as you may know, I'm based in Canada, and when I search for something, it loves to give me all these Canadian news articles and videos. So when I research, I use Surfshark VPN to change my location to the United States. And it shows me a lot more of what I'm actually looking for. This also comes in handy when streaming, as there is a ton of censored content that is a click away. But a VPN does a lot more than unlock content. Another big reason I use Surfshark VPN is to connect to public Wi-Fi networks, like at Starbucks, the airport, or the mall. Free Wi-Fi sounds super convenient, but without a VPN, you're basically exposing your personal data to anyone else on the network. This is perfect for hackers to snoop your information. So if I ever need to connect to a public network, the first thing I do is connect to Surfshark. And if you want to take complete control of your online privacy, you might be interested in Surfshark One, which combines their VPN with a full online security suite, including an antivirus, a privacy search tool, and privacy breach alerts. Go to surfshark.com/Docherty or use code Docherty at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. And the best part, a single Surfshark subscription lets you protect all your devices at once. Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not using a VPN yet, what are you waiting for? Go to surfshark.com/Docherty or use code Docherty at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. Thanks so much to Surfshark for sponsoring this video.
And it's just this like amazing jaw support. You can see it just snatches your little chinny chin with the jaw, and it's super comfortable.
Officially upgraded the face shaper game because look at this. Shout out to Skims for giving me this snatched jawline, and the fabric is infused with collagen.
So yeah, this ultimate face thing, or whatever it's called, the Seamless Sculpt Face Wrap, is a product created by Kim Kardashian's brand Skims. It's literally $50 shapewear for your face. The implication here is that while you're sleeping, your face is actually sagging and drooping, but using this product will help snatch it up overnight. When I first saw this thing, my first thought was that Kim Kardashian was pulling a Goop. You know Goop. Goop is Gwyneth Paltrow's unhinged wellness brand known for selling things like vampire tears, a $1,000 solid gold dildo, and most famously, a vagina-scented candle.
This smells like my vagina candle. The product went viral in 2020 before being discontinued 3 years later.
Now, a candle named "This Smells Like My Vagina" might just sound completely absurd, but it was genius marketing. It made Goop insanely famous. Tons of free press just for being over the top. So I think it was more of a gimmick product than it was a product that was actually meant to, be in the homes of millions of Americans. So here I am thinking, this face wrap thing is just Kim Kardashian's vagina candle. This can't be a serious thing. And I mean, Kim Kardashian has done something like this before. Just 2 months ago, Kim Kardashian released the pierced nipple bra to accompany the OG, just the regular nipple bra. These are bras that have nipples on the outside in order to look like your nipples are hard, obviously. My first thoughts when I saw this thing though was like, okay, but what if your actual nipples are hard? Like, that happens, that's what this bra is mimicking. So what if that actually happens, then you end up with something like this? I feel like that would have the opposite intended effect. But yeah, guess what? This nipple bra thing, it might seem like a vagina candle gimmick, but it's not. People love this thing. It's absolutely flying off the shelves, and it's the same with the Ultimate Face. Now you might be thinking, who the hell would buy that? But the answer is a lot of people. This thing is sold out. It's waitlisted. And what's maybe even crazier is that this face bra thing, it's already part of a huge trend. Videos on TikTok have been popping up over the last 2 years, I think, of people doing something that's called a morning shed. It's a trend where people are sharing their morning skincare routines that involve taking off so much stuff that they put on the night before that they have to shed it. And the biggest videos in this niche always seem to include this dang chin strap. I feel like this jaw strap thing is just so stupid looking that people see it and they literally think to themselves, this might just be crazy enough to work. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people acting like Skims like invented this thing, but no. They're just cashing in on a big trend that already exists. There is already an entire category on Amazon called face toning belts. All different shapes and sizes of chin straps and like face holster devices promising to prevent aging somehow. And honestly, most surprisingly, people are not hating these things. I was expecting like all 1-star reviews, and there are some, but people are liking these things, which is extremely unexpected. We'll talk about whether or not it's possible for any of this stuff and some of the other stuff we're going to talk about to actually work later on in the video, but for now, I'm just surprised there are any positive reviews. I mean, prior to this trend, there were only really 2 groups of people that this product was truly popular with. One, people who just had surgery on their heads. All the other clips of people wearing stuff like this is people who just had facelifts and need the bandage to like keep their tissues together and prevent too much swelling. And 2, the other group of people from Korea. The chin strap trend originated in Korea, and I think it just kind of like flew over here with the Korean skincare trend because these straps were originally marketed to give you a very, very specific thing. The V-line jaw you can see here is the beauty standard in Korea, to the point that people will go and get V-line surgery to get this jaw shape. Even males will sometimes get this surgery. That is how much this V-line jaw is the beauty standard there. I know this because at one point in my life, I wanted to fly to Korea and get the V-line surgery. Thank God I did not do that. Can you imagine how stupid my face would look? My extremely square face. You imagine how it would look if I went and got the V-line surgery. It's literally the most definable feature of my face is that it's a big ass square. I actually had an ex-boyfriend once tell me that he wished he had my jawline. And I was just like, oh, am I happy now or am I sad? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, jaw strap thing, not making a ton of sense. Supposed to be for the V-line thing. I don't think a lot of people who are using it now realize that that's what it was for, but that is what it was for. Anyway, back to the morning shed. I wanted to give you an example of how people are getting influenced to use this V-line face shaper slash jaw strap slash ultimate face. You may have already seen videos from this girl, okay? I consider her to be like the final boss of these morning shed videos. This one of her videos got 49 million views. It's her biggest video. But it's actually pretty tame for her. I mean, so far she's shed a jaw strap, a lip mask, a hair bonnet, and then she just washes off her night cream before putting on toning pads, under eye pads, another lip mask, then a toner, a bedazzled spray of some kind, a serum, a moisturizer, an under eye cream, another moisturizer, I don't know what this is, and I think that's sunscreen before finally putting on foundation and beginning her makeup for the day. I feel like this girl in this trend popped into my feed a long time ago, but I was just like, I'm good on that. But she recently resurfaced and I can see that she has been dedicated to this game for quite some time. Her videos for me are easily the most difficult to watch in this genre, being that they start with gasping and choking and snorting and slapping. It's literally like some reverse ASMR where instead of feeling relaxed, I feel as uncomfortable as she looks. Okay, let's watch another one from her because she is the best example by far. And this next one is a lot. This one is her getting ready for bed, so this is her night routine. Okay, so first we have cleanser. Cleanser. That's another cleanser. I feel like a triple cleanse, highly unnecessary, and for most people, will not only strip your skin, but may irritate your skin. Now we have a clay mask. Another clay mask? No, that's the same mask. Wait, what the? Okay, it's a different mask. 2 clay masks. Lip stuff. Toner pads. Under eye pads. Some sort of spray. Blackhead removing balm, eyebrow and lash serum. This is like a tool that's meant to help your skincare absorb. Hair oil, a serum, hydrating mist, toner. Okay, now this one is actually a cleanser oil that removes product from your skin, as in she's now removing everything she just put on her face. Now putting back on a serum, another serum. Another serum, that's a serum. An essence, which is basically a serum, a moisturizing cream, and then a barrier cream to like lock it all in. Now a hair bonnet, a face mask, lip tint, and the jaw strap. A lot of the products in that video are sponsored products. They're PR that's been sent to her. Why do you always pull on the chin strap if it hurts? I ask myself this question every video. Why? It hurts and is not funny. The answer is because it keeps you watching. You thought about it, you commented, you interacted with the video. That is a win for her algorithm. Chin thing is working, girl. No, it's not. If by working you mean pushing back the jaw further back, then yeah. I do really wonder about these jaw straps. Could that thing impact your jaw? Like, that thing is tight. Half the time I see these things, it looks like they're made of like some like limp pantyhose, but that thing is tight. And if it's tight enough to impact your soft tissues, could it not then impact your jaw and your teeth? But again, we'll talk about whether or not this stuff could possibly work later on. Now, I think these videos are pretty much 100% for views. And other than a few key items, these creators are literally doing none of this stuff every single day. This girl here says that she does. Do you follow this routine every day? Yes, sparkle. But obviously she doesn't. Ain't no way her morning routine includes every single stupid anti-aging product available for purchase on Temu. These videos got a lot of views, and I could see that a lot of the products were sponsored within them, suggesting that people potentially buy what they see. And the jaw strap trend came from somewhere and is real, unfortunately. And it's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, when you look at this, you might think social media is so out of control right now. It's taken normal, everyday night routines and turned them into something insane. But then I looked it up, and it turns out that this isn't just a modern thing at all. We've been obsessed with anti-aging to this degree forever. Just ask this book, Health, Beauty, and the Toilet. Letters to Ladies from a Lady Doctor by Dr. Anna Kingsford. So this was printed in 1886. My dear Laura, some happy people are born beautiful, with skins like milk and cheeks like china roses, and scarcely any aid is needed from science to keep this natural loveliness in repair. But the majority of women are not so blessed, and some, even if they enjoy good looks during youth, begin to get actually plain when mature age sets in. It is therefore in the interest of the majority that chemistry and medicine are used to keep us beautiful as long as possible. As for you and me, my dear Laura, we both belong to this honorable majority, and neither of us is strong-minded enough to dispense with scientific assistance in regard to our toilette. But yeah, and then the rest of the pamphlet goes into discussing beauty as this power that we need to guard as long as possible. So yeah, beauty is power, aging is the enemy, a tale as old as time. And yeah, even back then, we had night routines meant to stave off the wrinkles. And if you were curious what the prescription was to prevent aging back then, it was this. 1, massaging the face for 5 minutes each night in the opposite direction of your wrinkles. 2, washing your face with only rainwater, Pear's soap, or borax. 3, they had like a weird obsession with like alpine conditions and Switzerland, or at least they thought it was good for the skin. And number 4, even when this was written, we not only had night routines complete with various homemade creams, but absurd face masks. Behold the toilet mask, or face glove. Patented July 27th, 1875 by a woman named Madame Rowley. It was meant to be worn overnight in order to beautify, bleach, and preserve the complexion. This mask was made of rubber and meant to make your face sweat overnight so that you would sweat out the impurities, though once they were sweat out, then they would sit on top of your skin before absorbing back into your skin. So maybe not the most well thought out mask. But it wasn't long until more toilet masks started popping up. In 1912, a woman named Lillian Bender invented a mask for the removal of facial defects, such as wrinkles and sagging flesh. When I first saw this invention and the name of the odor, my mind fully turned her last name into Lecter. I actually wrote a whole thing about, wow, what a coincidence. It's so insane. Her last name is Lecter. Blah, 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 blah. I wrote all that down. And then I noticed that her last name was actually Bender, and that my mind just changed it to Lecter because it literally looks exactly like that. Okay, something interesting I noticed here though. Bender says in here that her mask is an improvement on the masks that ladies are already wearing. So therefore, the toilet mask is an established hit by 1912. And then the masks just kept evolving from there, or maybe mutating is a better word. Next was the glamour bonnet, a spacey looking mask that, quote, changed the atmospheric pressure around the head of the beauty seeker. The effect is similar to what a person feels when they climb a high mountain or ride in a plane. And the newest version even has this little window so you can look out and you're not just stuck in a pitch black mask for however long, while the atmospheric pressure around your head is lowered. So I looked this thing up. It seems to have used a vacuum-like mechanism to literally suck air out of the machine, making you literally inhale less oxygen than normal with every breath, which would then lead to a stress response that would include dilating blood vessels in the face and increasing your heart rate, thus leading to a temporary flush. And if you thought that was bad, it gets much, much worse. In the 1930s and 40s, a series of electric face masks were invented with the goal of, quote, melting away fine lines and wrinkles. They worked by either heating up or electrifying your face and were often meant to be worn overnight when you're sleeping and can't react to any potential emergencies. When you're sleeping and might not notice your face getting fried off. I feel like some horror directors definitely had mothers who wore face masks like these that then showed up in their nightmares, that then showed up in their movies. That pipeline is totally real. Imagine being a proud owner of one of these Freddy Krueger masks and also having small children. I feel like this is the type of thing that scares you when you just like open the closet and see it sitting there. This one has got to be the worst. At first I was like, why would they intentionally make the outer pattern of this thing so ugly? Then I realized these are the coils themselves that you're seeing. It's not just an unfortunate pattern, it's the casing for the coils, so it needed to be there. Not to mention, ain't no way. Some 1930s mask that electrifies your face and promises to melt off your wrinkles? Absolutely not. I couldn't find if anyone had actually been burned or died because of these masks, but I think we all know that they did. Also, I found this mask on my travels too, and it is actually not a beauty mask, it's a swimming mask. But though the goal of it is very much so unclear, but I felt like it belonged with this collection, so here you go. So yeah, even the Victorian girlies, the Great Depression girlies, and the 90s girlies were into the sort of extreme anti-aging devices, the masks that we're seeing online today.
Before preparing your mask for your first facial session, it is very important to properly fit the headband and mask so that they are comfortable and positioned correctly on the face.
So this is called the Rejuvenique mask. It launched in 1999 and it worked by shocking your face muscles.
Rejuvenique does for the face what exercise does for the body. And the way it does that is there's a control unit that during a facial session actually sends an impulse up to the zones in the mask and actually activates the face and skin to exercise, tighten, and tone.
It was soon criticized for not being FDA approved as well as being extremely painful and is now widely considered to be a failed product. Now, theoretically, I want to make fun of this one. It looks scary, it looks kind of pointless, and maybe even a little bit dangerous. But truthfully, I am also guilty of pursuing the ultimate face. And this anti-aging mask very closely resembles a red light therapy mask, which I already own and use a lot and love. And it works really similarly to this other device that I've been wanting to try that also works by shocking your face muscles. I am guilty. From the red light therapy mask to that peely skin thing, I have done a lot of this stuff and I enjoy it. So I figured we could talk about which of the current hype internet devices and face things are legit and which are not. I haven't tried them all, but I looked them up. First up, the chin strap. So I mean, you can see in the video, it seemed to work a bit. I've seen in other videos too that it at least temporarily worked. But first off, in this video and other videos that I've seen, a lot of people mention that it causes them trouble sleeping. And as far as changing your face past the first 2 hours of the day, I highly, highly, highly doubt it. I have not personally tried it, but if you think about it, it's kind of like a face trainer, like a waist trainer kind of thing. But if you remember the deal with waist trainers, they were extremely popular like 5 or 10 years ago. Maybe 5 years ago. They would work, but only for a few hours after you wore it. There was no permanent change. Now, corsets will give your waist a permanent change if they're made of steel and you start wearing them when you're like 12, so your bones can be like deformed as you grow. And also, if these jaw straps were actually strong enough to work and make changes to your soft tissue, then they would definitely be strong enough to mess with your jaw and your teeth. As someone who has Invisalign, it's literally flimsy plastic, but the steady pressure of that little plastic is enough to shift your teeth if you do it consistently. So I feel like the risk to reward ratio on this chin strap is really, really bad. You'd definitely be better off using a gua sha, which also gives temporary results, but seems to be longer lasting at least. Gua shas are also low risk, super cheap, and feels kind of like relaxing and wellnessy, whereas this is the complete opposite of that. So for me, I think this jaw strap is a huge scam, including and especially the Skims one. It says it has collagen fibers woven into it, which sounds like some supreme BS right there. But yeah, I think we all know that Kim Kardashian does not personally wear this thing to bed. So yeah, I think this one is a big scam. Next up, mouth taping. Okay, first, when I try to look up mouth taping on TikTok, I got this, the "you're not alone" sign. That is not what I wanted to do with the tape TikTok. But yeah, here are the claims of what it's supposed to do. Now, apparently these benefits are supposed to come through the fact that it forces you to breathe through your nose, which does have tons of benefits. So if you are sleeping with your mouth wide open, I mean, I guess it would probably be beneficial. I also remember seeing this mentioned in this book as something that could help your sleep and your jaw and your face and all that. But that being said, there's not a ton of science here. And when I looked it up, some scientists actually believe that it could be pretty harmful. And actually one scientist specifically said that it was sus and dangerous. Viral mouth taping trend sus, says Canadian sleep expert, has no strong scientific evidence of health benefits, contradicting claims on social media, can make existing sleep disorder breathing worse by restricting airflow, putting additional stress on the respiratory system, and increasing risk of suffocation when patients experience a nasal obstruction. Our research shows that taping the mouth shut during sleep is dangerous, especially among those who may not be aware they have sleep apnea. So yeah, looking it up, I saw tons of doctors being like, yeah, don't do that. It's dangerous. But I also saw the opposite. I saw some doctors giving it the green light, and I saw some people saying they thought mouth taping was amazing. So I think it's something you really have to just make a decision for yourself. Another sus thing that I saw though was that all of the most compelling TikToks showing people like getting a snatched jawline from mouth taping. Here's one. Look at that. A lot of the videos like this, including this one with really dramatic before and afters, they were paid partnerships with mouth tapes, and there was a ton of them. Tons of paid ads across TikTok. So I'm leaning toward I don't care to try it. But if you're into it, I would just buy some of that cheap like kinesiology tape and not one of those expensive branded ones. That way your risk to reward ratio stays high, as long as you don't suffocate in your sleep because you literally blocked off one of your main ways of breathing. Next up, face tapes. I have been influenced on these face tapes, mainly thanks to this girl.
Honestly, I don't really understand how or why it works. I just know that when I wake up in the morning, my fine lines are gone. It's insane how the forehead lines are completely gone.
Now, not a lot of science here, again, mainly because it hasn't been done. But I feel like this is a situation where it's like very, very low risk, high reward potential. Super cheap, not likely to cause harm, might relax some of the muscles in your face. I'm gonna try it. Next up, red light therapy masks. Okay, red light therapy, it looks so crazy that you might think scam. The idea also of like colored light having any sort of impact on your skin, it almost seems just kind of silly. I know I recently had a red light therapy sponsorship. This has nothing to do with that. I've had one for years now. Loved it. It was actually one of my only surviving electronics from the fire. If you're curious, the process is called photobiomodulation. Worth looking up. Very interesting. So red light therapy, this one is legit. Next up, the peel off mask. You see these Medicube ones a lot in a lot of the TikTok skincare videos and in those morning shed videos. I got influenced. I bought it a few months ago. I love it. I think it's so good. The main benefit is just that it locks in all your skincare overnight in a way that I feel like Vaseline just can't do. Because it doesn't rub off, your skin stays really moisturized for all those hours of the night, and then you wake up with a really nice glow. So again, this one, Looks gimmicky, but I thought it was really good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.
Hello, Kim. I'm already feeling 10 years younger. Bye.